All right, we're live. Match day 15. We're approaching the halfway point. We got Sam's Army back again. We got Za looking like $1 million. That's a fire shirt, by the way, Za.
Thank you. It's
you can't even see it because you're going through your pages and pages of winners. We got Sam's Army. He's down. He's abroad doing a little pre-World Cup scout of El Tri down in Mexico. So he's taking time out of vacation to help us here. So, boys, I'm glad we got the whole gang back together this week.
Yes, Good to be back. Good to be back.
So, and we're not talking about the past. So, anything that happened last week, a week ago, while you weren't,
can I get at least a comment?
What?
Can I get at least a comment? I mean,
honestly, it was so long ago. Like we just missed the window. We have to move on. We have to get into match day 15. Otherwise, we'd be happy to talk about that game.
It was bad, man. I mean, you were lucky. You got lucky that Friday that I was down bad. I had a bad spleen. I wasn't feeling too good. I have a problem with my spleen where it gets bothered and it inflates a little bit. So I had to get some anti-inflammatory.
Yeah,
and that's how you dodge that bullet.
I've never been more thankful for a bum spleen. Like I was like, oh no, it's all shit. So I can't make it. So, but we're back here. Grinding away. We got a full slate. We have today and next weekend, the last 2 weekends before the World Cup breaks. We're gonna have a little 6-week break. We'll figure out something to do. The three of us for some gambling pits for the World Cup. But right now it's still EPL. It's still limbs. I'm still trying to circle the wagons. I'm keeping it tight this week. I've been staring at the board. I got basically nothing. I got 3 games that I like. And one of them, I'm stupid. I'm stupid, but it's just like I have a theory on it, and we're gonna go with it. But I guess maybe we'll start. What are you guys feeling after last week? Zod, were you able to watch, or were you?
Yeah. So I was at the urgent care on Friday, but I was home all weekend. I was actually not really bedridden, but I was stuck at home all weekend. So I actually did get the opportunity to watch everything last weekend for once. And I mean, I came with winners, bro. I have 3 tiers. I have the tier that my winners, I have my sprinkle little something on, you know what I mean? And then the keep an eye on. So those are my 3 tiers of picks that I have today.
Okay. All right. I like it's like you're building a coffee. It's like you got your winners, which is the drink. Then you got the little whipped cream on top, and maybe sprinkle some cinnamon on there.
Like a little something,
you got
the
whole thing going for Saturday morning coffees. I like it. And then Sam, I mean, I don't know where you are in terms of your boys now. How are you feeling? It's been a roller coaster for Spurs.
It hasn't been great. It really hasn't been great. You know, even when we get this win against Bournemouth last week, 3-2 against Bournemouth, are we supposed to be like ecstatic about that? Not really, but win's a win. And then we lost Son in Champions League for God knows how long with a broken eye orbital. So it's not our season, and yet we're still in 3rd place, which is just the most ridiculous thing about this weird season, I think.
Question on the Son thing. No concussion, right? It was just the eye.
I don't know. I mean, like, it's hard to imagine that he didn't get his brain jingled around a little bit there.
I was just going to say, if you got hit with enough blunt force to break your orbital bone, then you probably have a little conk to go along with that. Do you know I did that to somebody one time by accident? I broke their orbital bone. I was playing. I was probably like 19 or 20, and I was playing in like pickup basketball league, and there's this guy who's probably like my age now, 30s, and we both went up for like an outlet pass, and I caught him with my elbow, like right in the eye. And then he landed. I don't know if like my elbow broke his face or the floor did, but he like landed on his face. And I thought he was kind of annoying. So I thought he was just like being like a pussy, just laid on the floor. And then he rolled over, and his face looked like a Salvador Dali painting, like those melting clocks. It just looked like, or like Indiana Jones when the guy's faces melt off. That's what his face was like. This center was like, oh shit, somebody call 911. This guy is about to die. So get well soon. That's a very serious, ugly, scary injury. Very bad.
Not good.
And yet,
and they also confirmed out of the World Cup.
Pretty sure.
That's an awful break.
Yeah, no good.
Yeah.
So we just got to limp into the World Cup break basically and hope for the best. That's where we're at right now.
Yeah, and there's another Big Six team that's limping even worse than you, and that's Liverpool, and that's who's coming to town. So, how you feeling heading into that one?
Well, so there's a couple of things here. So number one, Spurs aren't good. We're just not good. We're third place, which is unbelievable, but we're just not that good. We always play like trash against Liverpool, and we don't have Son. So I give us, let's say, about a 0.1% chance of getting a result. I got Liverpool in this one. They've just beaten us down too many times. My heart isn't in it. My head isn't in it. I don't like our chances, to be honest with you.
Okay, wow. And then Zod, do you want to take a little victory lap? We'll let you do that now.
Yeah, I was looking for the page with the notes over here, and my first bullet point is telling me that Spurs has a lot of injuries. Romero's not going to be fit for tomorrow, right?
I don't know, but if he's out, I mean, that makes Richarlison,
Kulusevski's out because midweek it was Longley and Sanchez starting as at center back and all that.
Yeah.
Spurs, you guys, major injury trouble. Which is making me very nervous from a gambling perspective. I wouldn't pick you for that. Of course, I'm an Arsenal fan, so I'll never pick Tottenham. But I mean, the injuries are a worry. Liverpool, not that great form-wise. Here's the key, I think, for your guys, Sam. If you guys score first, because you're so good at that terrorist football, the whole sitting back and just blocking everything. If you score first somehow, because I mean you hardly venture forward with the terrorist football you guys have been playing. But if you do miraculously score first, I think it's your game at plus 230 Spurs. But I don't know, man. It just depends on what kind of Liverpool side shows up that Sunday.
Yeah,
I don't have a clear on this one. That's one of the lower tier games I had on the third one. I don't have
that's the sprinkle.
Not really. No, this is not the sprinkle. This is keep an eye on. I would keep an eye on Liverpool in this one. It's right. Liverpool that you wake up on Sunday and you make a last minute decision once you've seen the lineups drop.
Okay. All right. Or maybe you watch the first five, bet it live. I mean, that could be.
There you go. Let's do find a method.
I'm gonna start incorporating that because the way I have been gambling has just not been working out. So I like that. I wish
you just lay it down a week in advance.
yeah. I wish they split the two marquee games this weekend because Spurs Liverpool, obviously Big Six game. That's on Sunday, and then Sunday morning early Sunday morning
6 a.m. for you.
Yeah. 6 a.m. We got your guys, Arsenal, going to Chelsea. So those are the two games this weekend. If you're a casual, those are the games everybody's going to be watching. Right. What do you think about that one, Zah?
Boom, the Arsenal page. So
and we're not talking about their form. We're just looking forward.
This is I'm being completely objective. All right, Zah, the Arsenal fan, is about to leave the room. Zah, the soccer analyst, has entered and sat down at the chair. So this is an honest opinion. To be honest, if you are not on Arsenal here at plus 170, you are to be nice, you're a fool. I mean, top of the league.
You're a fucking idiot.
There it is. Yeah. Top of the league. We are, we're looking good for once. Chelsea, that Stamford Bridge has been a very happy hunting ground of the recent years. That's when Eddie Nketiah scored his 2 goals last year towards the end of the season. And I believe the season before that was the whole Martinelli incident, running down the whole pitch and scoring kind of deal. And we're looking good, man, at plus 170. Chelsea too has injury worries. I mean, the Kepa's out, the Reece James is out. Who else is out? Ben Chilwell. Looks like Ben Chilwell is not going to the World Cup. People are just falling like flies, and yeah, I mean, I give us an edge a little bit here. Injury wise, how are we looking? We had Tierney. Tierney had a little problem in the Europa League, so we're keeping an eye on him. But Zinchenko was on the bench. He didn't play, so we should be fine at that left back slot. Tomiyasu too is another one that we're keeping an eye out on. So I just need to pay attention to what Arteta says. But man, I honestly think we're looking good. I'll take this is my one of my big picks. As I said, the big picks are in square. The sprinkle upon, I forgot what I put for that. A little circle. The square picks. It's one of the square picks. Don't look at these ones. Square picks, Arsenal plus 170.
I can't see it, so I don't think anyone else can either. So the suspense is still there. And you know, Chelsea lost the Potter Bowl. You know, against
that too, Brighton. Coming off a 4-1 and 4-1. Lost, bro. They got massacred.
They got smacked. Yeah.
they got
smacked in that one. Exactly. So I still don't know what to make of Chelsea. So I didn't have that on my board because I look at everything and I'm like, whatever you're thinking is wrong. And then it's like, well, then I should just fade myself. And I'm like, well, what if I'm wrong about fading myself? And I just spin into a top and I just end up not doing anything. What did you think of his analysis there, Sam?
He's not wrong. Zaz's not wrong just from an objectively factual point of view. What I will say here is that Arsenal is a good team. I have given you credit like all season for that. I said before the season you're going to finish top 4. I still, I'm sticking with that. I just don't think you're yeah, I know. Well, we'll see. It's a whole new season after the World Cup.
That's true.
That's a whole new season. That's a listen, bummer. You've got some good wins. Liverpool, United, Tottenham. Those are all
United was an L.
This is all this is all at home. Good point. This is all at home though. Yeah, you're supposed to play City on the road. That game got postponed. This is your first big road test against Big Six. We'll see. We'll see. I basically what it comes down to is 2 things. Number one, if my prediction is going to be right that Tottenham is going to overtake you guys, you got to start losing some games. So you got to start losing like this type of game. And number 2, I just sort of want your weekend to be ruined. So I'm going Chelsea on this one. I don't really, if you look at the forums and everything, like it's tough to go with Chelsea in this.
They're going to be, and I feel like they're going to be forced to, because of their injuries, they're going to be forced to change their system because at the back, I mean, they usually play the back 3, but do they even have enough center backs to play 3 at the back? Who do they have? They have Chalobah and Koulibaly, pretty much.
I mean, they're putting Christian Pulisic in the back of these days. Like, who knows what Potter's going to do with his lineup? I have no idea. But I do kind of like the fact that they got absolutely smoked by Brighton. They got smoked in that game 4-1. I kind of like that game. Yeah, I kind of like that they learned some lessons and bounced back. So I'm going to go with the bounce back game for Chelsea, and they come up with a win.
So opposite sides on plus 170 because I believe Chelsea's plus 170 money line as well.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, they are. So maybe I'll just split the difference and pick and draw and be at plus 235 and make more money than both of you guys. So
this one I don't think
235.
I don't think this one's going to be a draw. You think so?
Arsenal and Chelsea, yeah. Chelsea and United.
What do you guys think of total wise? Do you think this game has goals in it?
God, I don't know. I don't know what to think. Arsenal can score against everybody, but I just don't know what Chelsea is. I don't know what they're, they just gave up 4 to Brighton, and this is not a Brighton team that was playing very well. So, I don't know. Just like Chief said earlier, I don't know what to make of Chelsea still.
I'm back again. I predicted 1-0 on back again, but
yeah, I mean it's the under is so 2.5, but it's minus 106. So if you like the under there, over is minus 118. So what about your both to score there, Sam?
That'll be good. No. That's good. What's odds for that?
You're off.
Listen, I got the club right. You're in the club, out the club, or on probation. Pretty much everybody right now is out the club. Almost nobody is in the club at this point. The both teams to score club.
What's the odds for that?
For both to score?
Yeah,
minus 157. So some.
I would take that. So we have been very good. We've been very good defensively. We haven't been conceding that many goals. However, we're not keeping clean sheets. So we're winning like 3-1. We're winning whatever. So like Forest 5-1.
5-0. Sorry.
5-0. Sorry.
You did that on purpose. You did that on purpose. I promise you.
I promise you. For some reason, I thought you scored. That was a week ago. That's on me. 5-0. But we are. That was probably like one of our first.
Your mistake. Thank God I'm here to correct you. You had the spleen problem messing with your brain, and thank God I'm here to let you know that Forest actually had 0 goals. I think they only had 1 shot on target. So and I promise it didn't go in.
Whoopsie. No, I mean that game we played great. But yeah, I like that. I like that both teams to score.
Okay. All right. Well, Za, why don't you got the big board with all the boxes and the sprinkles and game circled. So why don't we let you take control here? So we'll run down the game.
What do you want to hear? What do you want to hear? The other two boxes?
Yeah, go for
whatever's in your boxes.
All right. The other one that I really, really like is the team that just came off the victor of the Potter Bowl, came off a big win in the Chelsea Brighton the Brighton game. Brighton won 4-1. They're going to Wolves this week. Wolves, Diego Costa, red card. No Diego Costa. So I mean, striking wise, that's not. I mean, not granted. He hasn't really fully readjusted. He hasn't really fit yet.
Yeah.
But they still they don't have that presence up front. At Brighton at plus 125 away from home in this game, I love him, man. Costa's out, and surprisingly, by the way, which is as I was looking through stuff and read this game. I don't know how long. I don't know if you're paying attention, Chief, back when he was around for Chelsea and all that during them times. But did you guys know that was his first red card in the Premier League?
Yeah,
really.
Yeah. I posted on that. So he went. I think 9. I don't know how many seasons he played with Chelsea. But
how is that even? That's got to be a lie.
It's because of VAR. He was the master of the dark arts. The VAR caught him this time. That's what it was.
This motherfucker, since I've been watching, since I've been following the Premier League, he is in my top 10, possibly even top 5 dirtiest players. And you're trying to tell me that he has never gotten a red card?
Because he knew where the refs were looking and everything. He knew. Listen, he played like 90 games. 90 games without VAR, 0 red cards. He's played like 5 with VAR, and he already got a red card. Listen, the cameras catch you, and he's a dying breed.
So that's one of those things where it's like, even without VAR, you would think that his reputation would just catch up.
Yeah.
But it never did. It was like, so if it was close and like you think you saw it, but you're like, I saw the replay of your game last week. Like, I know you did that shit. Red card.
That guy was the dirtiest player ever when he was on Chelsea. Mm-hmm. I was back in the days when he was battling with our Brazilian guy, Gabriel, the Gabriel Paulista. Damn. But yeah, no, that's the one I really, really like. How do you guys see that?
I had that one. I don't know if this makes you feel good or bad, but I had that one.
You're going the other way?
No. I'm with you on Brighton. So I had
that
one.
For me, that line feels like a trap. It just feels too good. You're getting Brighton plus money away. I mean, granted, it's away, but it's away at Wolves, who are terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know. So something about that line just scares me.
That's your gambler brain, not your soccer eyes, though.
Yeah, well, listen, the fact it scares me is good news for anybody who wants to put money on Brighton.
That's true too. So yeah, I like Brighton on that. What's your other box there, Zah?
And my last one, so I had 3 boxes. I gave you Arsenal, I gave you Brighton, and then the final box. I don't know if you guys can hear this madness going on.
We got it.
New York, Manhattan. New York is New York is an absolute war zone, man. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So Arsenal, Brighton, then the last of the boxes. Really like this one. Shout out to my guy. He's the Nigerian Ronaldinho. Shout out to my guy. We call him at the motherland. Iwobinho is what we call him. Alex Iwobi. And Leicester is going to Everton. They're entertaining. They're entertaining Leicester, and I love Everton at plus 140, man. I love
Everton at home plus 140. Yeah, Leicester. I don't hate that either. That's one of those ones where it's just like, I've never been on the right side of any bets involving those teams this year, and I just have to stay away. But so, what is it about Everton that you like so much at home?
Alex, so I've gotten the chance to watch him the past two or three games that they played, and he will be just been balling, man. That midfield looks good. Granted, I mean, their form wise, they have been up and down.
Okay.
In some cases,
yeah,
they were unlucky, but in this, it's a Leicester side that yes, they did they got like a couple wins. They're on their bad run.
Yeah, they're playing a little bit better.
A couple wins, a bit better, but who did they play last weekend? And there was a game that I think was last weekend that I watched Vardy struggle a little bit, but I don't. It's more Everton.
Yeah,
Everton. That's impressed me on this.
Yeah, Leicester lost 1-0 to Man City at home.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
There we go. The De Bruyne free kick.
Yeah, but and no Haaland in that game, and I believe he's back now. So yeah, I don't know. That's actually a sneaky kind of big one for the relegation battle, because if Leicester does find a way to win that, then they're effective. Then they're tied with Everton. So Everton's sitting 12th now, but that bottom of the table is very congested. So a couple wins, you can really slingshot yourself right back, into the safety zone still at this point in the year. So I feel like Leicester, I mean, it's almost like they have to get points. Like that's one of these games where they have to get points. And I guess you could say the same thing for Everton, like at home against a team in the relegation spot currently, you need a full 3.
Yeah, which I think that you're right. This is a big win it would be a big win for both of them. At Everton, Leicester's playing better. Everton just doesn't give up many goals. This just sort of screams 0-0 or 1-1 draw to me. That's what I'd probably sort of end up going with if I had to bet on it.
The draw is plus 235. I kind of like that. You know what? That might be a sprinkle on
the draw.
Yeah, like we'll see how the morning slate goes, because that's a 12:30 local time here.
That's Sunday, right?
That's tomorrow. That's the afternoon game tomorrow.
Who's on Sunday? So we're
maybe
on Sunday.
Maybe get a little freaky and add a little under with the draw parlay and get real. Might be delicious.
Under game?
I like the under. I think it's
these guys leak goals.
The draw and an under would be plus 310. So I think that actually is probably pretty tasty.
Yo,
you know what? I'm getting my pen out. My pen is out. We're that's my box. That's my box. Draw.
He's talking about Leicester.
No. We can't have that. You cannot sit there for 2 hours watching a football game, rooting for the fucking under and the draw. That's not allowed. You can't do that.
That is tough.
All right.
Maybe just don't watch. Sprinkle it and don't watch.
There's your solution. You watch your account go up at the end of the day. Switch over to college football. That's a 12:30 game. Don't worry about it. That's like a set it. That's like a set it and forget it. Like your crock pot. That's a crock pot game. You set it, put it away. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. And when it's done, you feel good about yourself. So
terrorist football, folks, rooting for unders and draws.
Look at what Conte's done to him.
I know. Listen, this is where my head's at. Boys. It's not a good place.
Not everybody wants to play that way, Sam.
I don't want to play that way either, but I'm here.
All right, and then Sam, do you have any other boxes? But you did. Yeah. I like that one a lot. So I'm very vulnerable right now, but you did kind of talk me into that. Those teams, like neither one want to get forward. They're going to play tight because they both want points. I like an under and a draw. That's nice for plus 310. So box that one up. That. Well, you know what? I always say we're going to try to get something boosted. I'm gonna. That's the one we're going to boost. We're going to boost that. Maybe get it to plus 350. We're going to talk to Jack McCarthy, see if we can get that done.
These guys are going to get me fucking rooting for unders and draws. My God, this weekend. What are these? As troops would say, what are these Yanks turning me into?
So I got one game. I got a big fat box around one game and one game only this weekend, and that is the Leeds-Bournemouth game. So I've been saying this all season. I've been getting killed lately, but there's the club, right? There's only 2 teams in it right now, Leeds and Bournemouth, and they're playing each other this weekend. I like goals in this game. I like both teams to score. I like the over. Put them together. I think you get like plus 120 or something like that. I don't know who's going to win this game. The Bournemouth line, I think it's like plus 320 or 370 or something like that. There is a lot of value. I'm speaking as an objective gambler here, not the person who's, died in the wool behind Jesse Marsh and Leeds. Yeah. But there's a lot of value in that Bournemouth line. I'm not going to touch it, but I will touch, and I will feel all upon the both teams to score and over. I'm going with it. I'm going down with this ship. This is the be-all, end-all of that bet. If I lose that one, I'm for real retiring it. I'm going to have to.
Both to score and the over would be plus 114.
Okay.
There we go. Not like super. So it sounds like the book is with you. Because it's like, they're both good. They're both going to score. And, there's goals in it. So
wait, what's the over by itself?
Minus 130.
At 2.5? 2.5 or 3.5?
2.5.
Tease that up to 3.5. I wonder what you get.
You want me to tease it to 3? See what that does for us?
Just look at it.
2.5 or minus 1. Wow, they think that this is going to be a big game. Wow, okay.
If you tease it, it goes to plus 230.
Okay.
If you tease it to 3.5. I think I might just do a little sprinkle on Bournemouth there. I don't think one win against Liverpool is struggling. Yeah, I think there's something to that. Bournemouth is just one of those teams. They won't go away.
Yeah, they looked like a live one against Tottenham last weekend.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So, and that's your only big box one.
That's the only one I really liked. I mean, look at the other games we haven't talked about. The Forest Brentford. That's one that I think Forest at home is a different team than Forest on the road.
I agree.
if I had to go one way on that one, Brentford, they got one win in their last 7 games. They've given up 3 goals to Arsenal. They gave up 5 to Newcastle. They gave up 4 to Villa. That's a game I definitely think that, first of all, Forest knows that they have to win that game. Again, we've been saying that for like a month or 2, and they keep losing those have-to-win games. But
then they won one that they were supposed to lose, so we're
right, and then they
kind of even. Yeah,
Liverpool. Liverpool.
Yeah. Liverpool. I gotta go with 4.
He cut. I mean, that is just so perfect.
You gotta go what?
Breaks right when he's about to say, "I gotta go with Forrest." His internet cuts out. So
I gotta go.
He was definitely gonna say, "I have to go."
People didn't hear that. No, people didn't hear that.
So this is
gotta go Forrest.
I'm obviously on Newcastle. All right, I'm on Newcastle, and basically, like, I heard this expression where it's like, I've been going to the wedding, so I'm gonna go to I'm just gonna go to that wedding, and I'll eventually go to the funeral too. So they're going to lose eventually, but for now, I like going to the wedding. I like celebrating with Newcastle. I've been on them all year long. They're playing Southampton at home, or away rather. It's minus 114 money line. That's fine. I think they're an easy top 4 team. They look so good. They're very entertaining to watch. I love watching Newcastle. I really like Callum Wilson. I think he'll pot one. That's for him to score anytime is plus 123. And I like them just money line minus 114, and that's like not that much juice I think that's a substantial mismatch and plenty of value in that for me. And then I'm on Forest. The only little nugget you left out is Tony is suspended.
Yeah.
So Tony's on the yellow card suspension. So they're big, their big gun going forward, who's been pretty good for them this year, not available. I think that's a huge loss. And Forest has been good defense. They are a different team at home. It has to. And for all their warts this year, they have been able to kind of circle the wagons and keep this thing together a little bit, where it's like, hey, we're firing everybody. No, we're not. Okay, go out, got a result. Okay, fucking terrible. Everything's the worst. The sky's falling. Okay, they circle the wagons at home. They beat Liverpool. So I do think that they are like somehow a team that you can't just completely write off, even though they're in last place. And I think if, like you said, this is desperation time. If you don't win this one, I can't imagine a scenario where they don't get relegated. So it's a must win. It's at home. City Ground's a fortress. No Tony. It's plus 180 money line. And I'm gonna wait for the lineup to come out, because you can never really trust the lineup, especially up front, because it's been a rotation every single week. It's Lingard off the bench. I will need Taiwo. He's been in and out. Emmanuel Dennis in and out. They have so many.
That Gibbs White kid was looking good too.
I like Gibbs White a lot. I mean, he was bad against Arsenal. Like I don't know if like the moment was just too big for him.
He scored the game before. Who did you guys play before?
He hasn't scored this year yet. Taiwo scored the goal again.
What was the one where did he have an assist? What did I see?
He did. He's a good number. I think he's going to be a very good player. And it just, they have a hard time going forward. They just it hasn't come together for him. And it's like you watch them as individuals. You're like, I think these guys are good. And then as a team, it hasn't gelled yet. So, but this is the time. But I'm going to wait and look at the lineup. It's one of those things, and you guys will probably laugh me off the show here. I think it's time for Jesse Lingard to get a goal. I just have like this thing in the back of my mind. Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Let me tell you something.
And I will.
Jay Lings is more.
He's my ass off. I will dance my ass off. I think it's coming.
He's more occupied trying to fucking catch the new dance trend that's popping off on TikTok right now than scoring. That Jay Lings guy.
That's true.
This is fucking Daily Mail Za over here.
He
Daily Mail Za.
He wants to be on the hot new dance first instead of taking
talk. Welcome to Talk Sport. Welcome to Talk Sport. Za just trashing guys for having a little fun on social media. But Jesse Lingard to score anytime. Again, if he's starting, I think I'm gonna put a little sprinkle on it, plus 360. It's one of those, it's like a premonition almost. I have no reason to back this up, but he had one chance in the last game. And there's been like articles about him in the Athletic and other papers over there where it's like, what's wrong with Jesse Lingard? What's wrong? So it's become like a thing. And I think he's just going to do like a little like be quiet dance like this. And I think it's coming. And I want to be at the wedding. I want to be at the wedding when he scores. And so all the Nottingham guys in Chicago are going to be at the Embassy Bar for that
one.
Nice.
Oh, you guys got a fan. You guys got a bar.
We got a support group, and it's like awesome. we're there kind of for each other. Like we're a support group. Like everybody.
Support group for real.
Yeah, it's like not for the club. It's like everybody. Like it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
Oh man.
And but I think if he's starting, I think it's worth a sprinkle, and I want everybody to remember where you heard it. Is right Jay here. Lings. Forrest is going to win. Jay Lings. I wish I could, like, my fingers still are all fucked up, so I can't do like the Jay Lings hand single, but I would. Just imagine that I'm doing that. I love Forrest this week plus 180 at home. Plus 180 at home.
Like that.
There you go. So, and maybe Gibbs White to score is plus 380.
Oh, so now you're just getting insane. Now you're just drunk.
Lineup. Yeah, I don't think they're going to score 2 goals.
This is the game. This is when I was going through this stuff. This is the game that wasted most of my time because I really wanted something for you, Chief, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing anything in this game. The Tony thing is throwing me off. So yeah. I was if he was playing, I was going to be on Brentford. But then without Tony, I mean, who's up there? Wisa and then Buemo and then all those guys. I don't know. Man. But the what's the one that you? So I'm not traditionally into this, but I'm starting to kind of like it. That pick the anyone to score, both teams to score. That might be good in this. I like that in Leeds too. In that Leeds game, both teams lead goals. That might be if I was to do anything, I'd probably lean both teams to score.
Both to score. Yeah. Both to score in this game is minus 137, and I actually don't like that.
You don't like it, and you don't.
I think I'm choosing to throw the Arsenal game out. Like that game just doesn't.
Nah, but Brentford's not defensively solid, are they?
Yeah, but I think Forest is, and without Tony, I think Forest when they play that 4-5-1.
You're right. You're right. I didn't think of Brentford going forward.
Yeah,
they've been better, especially at home. Defensively better lately.
That with the exception of they had when they went back to that 4-5-1, when they had a guy that they could bomb it up to on clearances with Taiwo, when they're playing an actual striker, and then they drop Lingard and Gibbs White, back to make it that 4-5-1. It's been way more effective than it was, say, earlier in the year when they were doing 3 at the back and they just didn't really have the personnel for it. They were just getting exposed. So I think that they'll try to park it and counter. And I think they'll score some goals and Dean Henderson, I think he's been pretty good, and I think they're going to get it done, and I think it's going to be a clean sheet.
Is he going to be wearing the cap?
I was just going to say I hope love that hat. You got that hat on. I'm not doing it.
He turns into Superman with that cap on.
I hate that hat. I cannot support that hat in any way, shape, or form.
He's the man in black. He's the black hat. He's the bad boy. I like it. I think it's like I've never seen it before. I used to hate Peter Cech with his helmet. That was like a competitive advantage. Like you're the only guy with a helmet. No shit, you're flying on jump balls and stuff. So, I if not now, then never. Okay, and that's part of this too. So I think Forrest gets it done, and I genuinely do like that. So I had Forrest and Newcastle, and Brighton all money line. And then I got talked into the your bet there, the Leicester
over in that Newcastle game.
You like to go over in that too?
Yeah, I'm going over in that Newcastle, okay. And You know what? I might even go as nuts, and I might even go as far forward as to say that Newcastle might cover that over by themselves. That Newcastle attack, man, is moving crazy. Awesome. Yeah, that Newcastle attack is looking good, man.
It comes at you from everywhere too. Left side, right side, from the back, out wide, crosses up the middle. Like, they're doing everything.
If Callum Wilson is not in Qatar, Gareth Southgate is the most corrupt human. He's favoritism, corrupt. Callum Wilson, he's is great. He is, in terms of English strikers. Granted, I don't watch the Serie A week in, week out, so I don't know what Tammy Abrahams is doing. But if you ask me, he's number 2 behind Kane.
I think he has to be at this point.
2 behind Kane.
Yeah, I don't know what Abraham's doing either. Let's see.
One word of caution, by the way, on Newcastle. Southampton at home does not give. They don't leak goals. You know, they've been giving up 0-1 pretty much every game. I know they gave up 2 to Everton, which bit of a shocker there. But that's a word of warning on the Newcastle over.
Yeah, they haven't run into Mickey Elmer on.
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right about. They did give up. They're like the only team to give up 2 to Everton. That was at home,
which is no explanation for that.
Yeah, so we'll see. But I think Newcastle is just at such a different level. And if you were talking about just teams that are like in form, you could argue it's just them and Arsenal as the top in terms of form teams. Like they're right there. So those are my picks. Any final thoughts before we head into?
I love the phrase. I'm stealing it. I love the phrase that you use. The pick that you described. The whole you're going to the party every single time and just waiting. So for Newcastle, you're going with Newcastle. You're going to Newcastle's party every single time.
Every single week.
I'm the opposite. I'm playing it the opposite way round. Since we're top of the league, had to sneak that in. So I'm going to Man City's party every single week in, week out. I'm on the opposite team. I'm going to the Man City haters party week in, week out, and that will always be in my sprinkle plays.
Plus 1,900
motherfuckers. These motherfuckers have got to lose at some point, and I think by the end of the season, I might even be even. I might be even on this whole thing or be top. I'm gonna go week in, week out. It's plus 1,900. That's my sprinkle play.
I can't even tell you how much I hate that bet.
It's an awful bet, but guess what? I have 38 weeks. Well, not how many game weeks have we gone through? We've gone through 11 now. So 11 minus 38. My math is bad. I have 20-something weeks to be right. I surely am going to be right. Come on.
Yeah, you have 23 more weeks. This is match day 15. So you got 23 more weeks. I kind of like both to score in that, but it's not one of them that I'm not going to touch. But yeah, I mean that you're riding alone on that.
Yeah, trust me. I'll be the only one. I'll be the only one there at this party. But guess what? When it actually pops off, when the party eventually pops off, I'll be the only one popping.
It'll be a big one-man party.
Yeah, you'll be fun. You'll be fun. I hope we should get you a bottle of champagne for if something like that ever happens.
One of them ones, pour champagne all over my head and all them. Yeah.
All right, boys. Well, that was fun. We'll get that promoted. We'll get that bet up. I like that one a lot. The under, and that's the crock pot game. You set it and forget it. Don't worry about watching it. The end result will be what you want it to be. Slow cooker. So we'll wrap that up. That's Eat, Pray, Limbs again this week. Match day 15. We'll see you in a week.
And go drink some fruity drinks. Fruity drinks, that is.
All right, I'm gonna end the broadcast. We'll see you guys.
Boom.
Cheers, bros.
Boom. Take it easy, fellas.
Let's go Chelsea.
Oh no, let's not go Chelsea. Sam, enjoy Mexico. Oh wait, whoops. We're still live. Oopsie, we're still live. I didn't even realize that.
Okay.
Oh, people,
I think we said it.